Alright, so I've had my time with the Industrial Loft Kit, and I've had time to play through and look at all the items and decide what I think about them, and I have finally decided my opinion of the kit and if it is worth the money. So we're going to take a look into what all this kit has and if it's worth it. Now, before we get too far into this, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button. But that being said, Sims 4 Industrial Loft Kit. Wow, talk about some drama that's been going on with this kit. Now, I am going to address the positives of the kit first, because I feel like with all the controversy that's gone on around this kit, the positives have kind of been maybe hidden a little bit, and I want those positives to have their chance to shine. But don't worry, we will get into the negatives of this kit, and boy, are there a few negatives with this kit. So, with this kit, you get these 25 items that come with this kit, and when you compare that to the 15 items that came with the Country Kitchen kit and the 29 items that came with the Courtyard Oasis kit, the 25 items in this kit seems like a relatively straightforward, fair amount for these kits. And honestly, some of the items in this kit, they're really well done. For example, let's take this sofa and matching chair that you get with this kit. The swatches are beautiful, and on top of that, the leather on it, it's a very, very nice rendering of it. It's beautiful, especially when you compare it to the leather couches and stuff that we already had in the game. It's very different. It's a very beautiful leather, and on top of that, some of the swatches even have a fabric option. So you definitely get a very, very nice product here. Not to mention this coffee table. Now, I love this coffee table for two big reasons. First off, it's smaller. So like a lot of the coffee tables we've had in the game for a long time are so big that it's hard to kind of put couches and chairs and stuff around it like you would a normal coffee table. This one is smaller, so it can go in front of your couch and stuff and kind of fit in, which I'm so glad the Sims seem to be taking that type of approach with the coffee tables now. And on top of that, this coffee table, you can put things on both layers, but you can also put a TV on it. So you have the option of bringing the TV closer to your couch now with the coffee table. So I really, really like this coffee table. And this wall art. Oh my gosh. Okay, can we talk about this wall art for a minute? Between all the different swatches, and the swatches of this wall art are beautiful. There are so many different swatches in it. It's just beautiful. I can't express how much I love this and how much of a feel it can kind of give to your builds. I really, really love this wall art. They did really, really great job with it. So in this kit, there are a lot of items that you can get that are really well done, but there are also some that maybe aren't so great. Let's take this bed, for instance, which, looking at it on the surface, it is a nice bed, but it does also look very much like some of the beds we already have in the game. On top of that, for a $1,200 bed, you only get one energy. That's barely anything. So your Sims are not going to get a good night's sleep on this bed. So that's definitely something that I hope they fix in the future. We also have this plant. Now, this plant itself does not look that bad. It looks really, really great, except it also looks a lot like the plant that we got in Dream Home Decorator. It's very, very similar, which kind of makes me get the impression that maybe this was a plant that they were going to include in Dream Home Decorator. It just didn't get the cut. It got axed for whatever reason. And one of the things I'm worried about with this kit is them using kits as a way to recycle products that should have been in other packs and for whatever reason were cut. Not to mention, we have this window, which again looks very, very much like the Machino stuff windows that we got. And again, it kind of makes you wonder, are they using these kits as a way to recycle old material? Which, talking about this window, I guess now is a great time to get into the window controversy that surrounded this kit. So, our very first look of the Industrial Loft Kit came with this cinematic that The Sims released on Twitter. Now, when you look at it, you can see a lot of the items that we get. We get the door, we get the dresser, the chair, we get the little plant decorator, the lights, but then there's that window. That window did not come with this kit, and it has caused a storm of controversy with people saying that The Sims are using false advertising and things like that. And you know what? what? I kind of see their point. Yeah, no, if you're going to use a product in your advertisement, it needs to be in the product. So, yeah, and Simmers were really looking forward to this window. They were looking forward to it a lot, which The Sims did address this issue by saying this cinematic visual was intended to get players excited about the Industrial Loft Kit, despite some minor and slightly painful. Come on, Sims. Now's not the time to joke. Holdups. We're happy to share that this window will arrive to the kit in an upcoming patch update, which did seem to settle some Simmers, but not everyone. For example, Snow Days replied to this tweet saying, I fixed your tweet. We used that window as false advertising to get people interested in the pack and hoped they wouldn't notice we switched it for a basic version. Now that we were called out, we need time to actually make the asset we showed. Ouch! Kind of harsh, but kind of true. I mean, over 700 people liked this comment on Twitter when it was posted. So definitely a chunk of the Sims community definitely kind of agrees with this, that they feel that this was false advertising. And there were kind of some other things that could possibly be given as false advertising. When you look at the two pictures that we got, you can kind of see that the carpet almost looks like it's a different kind of carpeting on the floor. And on the walls, it almost looks like that's a different wallpaper. Now, I don't necessarily think these two issues were the same as the window issue. I think that kind of from a photographer perspective, what it looks like to me is that they were trying to use leading lines to bring your eyes to look at certain locations and areas within the picture. So I can see how they did that, but they didn't do it necessarily in the best way. It comes off looking like that's a new wallpaper or that's a new flooring. So that definitely kind of, knocked the Sims 4 Industrial Loft Kit back a little bit. There's been a lot of controversy with this kit since it has come out. Not to mention, nowhere in these 25 items do we get a set of stairs. We do not have any stairs, any ladders, anything in this Industrial Loft Kit. Okay, yeah, we have some stairs and stuff in the base game and other packs that you can use towards this builds like these, but when you look at a loft, and I picked this picture specifically because if you look at the sofa, I'm pretty sure the Sims team was using this picture as inspiration for this kit because of that sofa. That is the same exact sofa. You notice anything about this apartment? Oh yeah, there's a loft. You have to use stairs to get to the loft. And you look for any other pictures for loft apartments and you see the same exact thing. Lofts. There's spaces up above. I'm kind of wondering if the Sims team actually knows what a loft is at this point. But there are spaces where you need ladders or stairs or something to get to. Not having that in this game is it's kind of hard to justify calling this a loft kit when you don't have any stairs or ladders or anything in this kit to get up to the loft with. So that is a very big issue with me for this kit. So, my final views on this kit. I think the items that we do have in it are very nice. The window swatches and the door swatches especially are very good. You have the option of having kind of the grimy look or the kind of clean cut look, which I really, really like that. I like that they've added some more quote-unquote grimy stuff to the game in a way. And a lot of the items taken by themselves at face value are very good. They were very well done. The Sims team in general seems to be making items that just look a lot better than they have in the past. We're really starting to evolve in how we're getting items and what our items look like, and they look so much better. So definitely got to give the Sims team credit for that. But that being said, the amount of controversy that has surrounded this kit, what with the missing window, with the leading lines that could be seen as new wallpaper, with the bed that you're not going to get any sleep on, the lack of stairs or ladders in this kit, it's really, really hard to ignore that. There are issues that are staring you right in the face. So my final opinion on this kit is definitely a thumbs down. The items themselves are great, but there was so much controversy around this kit that it just can't be overlooked. This was a very, very rushed, very poorly put together thing by The Sims. They definitely made some bad decisions here. I hope they learn from those decisions, because the Courtyard Oasis kit, I loved it. I thought it was a great, well-balanced kit, but it feels like they didn't put quite as much time and effort on this kit thinking about what they needed to have. But all that being said, we might get something new coming up here shortly. September 2nd is right around the corner, which marks the 7-year anniversary of The Sims 4. Now, sometimes they do stuff on the anniversary, sometimes they don't. It just kind of depends on, I don't know, what kind of mood they're in or what's going on. But I kind of think we might get something on the 2nd this year, just for the fact that there was the deadline when Cottage Living came out to buy the pack by September 2nd, and you'd get the 3 free items. So for whatever reason, they're wanting people to have that pack before the 2nd. So I'm very excited to see what we might or may not get on September 2nd. Now, there's been lots of speculation that we might get spiral staircases. They may finally add those into the game, and I think that would be really cool if we got those into the game, but I don't think that's what we're getting, because if we were getting those, I kind of feel like we would have had a spiral staircase in the Industrial Loft Kit, and of course, we didn't get that. We didn't get any stairs. Now, they could have held off on that and decided to make it a base game thing to where all players could get that, but I don't necessarily think we'll be getting that. We might. I'm hoping they surprise me, because I would love to see some spiral staircases, but if we do get them, I do think they will be more of an object rather than the stairs we have now. The stairs we have now are more a build mode thing. You can move them, you can change them, different things like that. Didn't always used to be able to do that, but you can move and change them. Whereas with the spiral staircase, I feel like they would be more of an object that you just kind of place, and your Sims can use them and they'd be functional. But I think they'll definitely be kind of moving towards that rather than the way we also had it. There's also some options for some other things. The Sims team has kind of been teasing a game pack refresh. So on September 2nd, we may get that refresh. That might be what's coming. There's definitely been some talk of it being Spa Day refresh. I don't know if it's going to be Spa Day. I can see the hints for that, but there are other packs it could be. Part of me hopes that it will be a refresh on the Dream Home Decorator pack where they actually make the career playable, but I kind of doubt that will be it, since that is a very new pack that just came out. So I kind of doubt that will be happening. But Spa Day is definitely a possibility that one is the one that's refreshed. Dine Out could also be another possibility of one of the game packs that they refresh. So there's a possibility of that coming out on September 2nd. There's also a possibility of a stuff pack. We usually get some type of stuff pack in The Sims 4 around September. And while I kind of wonder if we'll still actually get that, given we just got a kit and they've announced that they're going to do a game pack update, it could be very well possible that they decide to do some type of stuff pack in September for us. So it will be interesting to see. I feel like September, there's going to be some stuff happening. Now, as far as exactly what happens, I'm not entirely sure. We will just have to wait and see what ends up coming with that. But I definitely think some stuff will happen in September. So let me know down in the comments below, what do you think about all of it? What do you think about this game pack? Do you think the Sims 4 Industrial Loft Kit is worth it? Do you think it's just a ripoff? Do you like it? Do you not like it? What do you think about the windows? On top of that, what do you think we might be getting in September, if anything? Do you think we're getting new items? Do you think we're getting anything new at all? I'm curious to know about your perspective on this, because a lot of people in the Sims community have not been very happy lately. So, but that being said, I guess we can talk about this build a little bit. So right here, I'm decorating the greenhouse on this second house of the build. Now, this house is actually 2 houses. I split them in kind of a Brooklyn looking like style type, I guess you would call it apartment. I don't really know what is. I'm from Alabama. We don't have anything like this here. So I don't entirely know the entire setup or what they're called, but it kind of looks like the houses from Sesame Street, I suppose, in a way. And I mean that in a good way. I don't mean that in a bad way at all. But that's kind of what it looked like. It reminded me. So these are the houses. Now, first off, can I just say, San Myshuno in fall with these houses at sunset, holy cow, they look so pretty. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, so these are kind of the houses that I built. Now, I kind of wanted to keep it where they're identical houses. You can very much tell that, they were built together, but I wanted to give them both a different feel. I want them to feel like two different people live there. So this house here on the left has a single father and his teenage son, and this house here on the right has a single mother and her teenage daughter. So, let the drama pursue there, if you will. This is the house that I built. So if you come in and go to the first story of these houses, we'll start over here with the dad's house. So we have a loft, Sims team. This is it's kind of a loft, but we have a loft looking thing where it kind of overlooks an area down below. So you come into this little welcome area, and then downstairs is where you have your living room, which I made use of some of the San Myshuno stuff in this. Definitely, I love this new couch. Kind of the living room, they have a little desk back here as well as a bathroom. And then over here, they have kind of this full industrial style type looking kitchen, which I thought was really great. And then coming up, when you go upstairs, you come to a little foyer area that's kind of decorated a little bit. You have the dad's bedroom, and then you have the teenage son's room. So he's got his own computer. I imagine him maybe playing guitar, stuff like that. Just different stuff that you can very much tell is a teenage boy's room. They have a pool, and a basketball court, but then they also have their dumpster there and maybe some extra trash, because I don't know, I perceive them not necessarily being messy, but not all prim and tidy either. And then coming over to next door, their loft looks a little bit different than his, so I definitely wanted to kind of give different feels and stuff for these two different houses. So you come into her loft, you have these little planter gardens. I kind of imagined her really liking flowers and planting. As you can see, a whole lot of stuff on the front of the house with the plants. So you have these planters, a coat rack, umbrellas, shoes, and her gardening coat. You have what's supposed to look like a nice little entry table, but then you also see some of her gardening stuff. You can see over her, she has a bit of a different style loft, but you come downstairs, you see she has a little art corner over here, and that's kind of right next to the bathroom. And then coming over this way, you have her living room, which is filled with these plants and stuff like that. She, again, very much a gardener. And then this is what I was talking about with this coffee table. You can put stuff on it, but you can also put the TV on it. So if you don't want the TV to be this main focal point of your apartment, you can definitely have that. Shelves, and then her kitchen is a bit smaller. You walk through this hallway here, and then you come to her kitchen, which again has tons of plants. I used the Jungle Adventure counters and cabinets here because I thought they really kind of went with the theme a little bit. So that's hers for right there. Then coming upstairs, you come into this little area, and then you have her little desk. You have mom's master bedroom, which again, I guess she won't be getting much sleep on this bed, and also her ensuite bathroom. Then you have her teenage daughter's room. Now, I used a bunch of the tiny living stuff here for this, but I also kind of imagine maybe her being a little bit of a YouTuber, kind of, having that type of vibe and feel to her room. And then when you come and look at her backyard, she has areas where she can plant things, and she has rose bushes and stuff like that. But she also has a greenhouse, and I'm just a little bit in love with how this greenhouse turned out. I did put these fake plants in these planters, or not fake, but I did put these plants in these planters. Obviously, if you play with this house, you can remove them and plant your own plants there. But I kind of liked the aesthetic of it. And then, of course, her dumpster is over here on the side. Not to mention, you have some areas for your Sims to draw some some wall art. You have the different vibes and feels for these. So it's two very different houses. I did use a lot of the Industrial Loft stuff on them, but I also combined it with some other packs. This was just kind of my way of playing with it, playing with the feel of the pack, and seeing how much I liked it. So that all being said, that is the end of this video. You can find this build on the Sims 4 gallery if you'd like, so make sure you check down in the description below to see where you can find this build at. But that is it. That is my review of the Industrial Loft Stuff Pack. Again, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button, and I will see everyone next time. Bye!